See, now if I was Islam, what I would be doing, because Islam's just watching Volkanovski do all these feints and all these direction change, southpaw to orthodox. If I was Islam, you are supposed to be a better wrestler than he is, right? So let's turn him into a wrestler. I would use his back kick and throw it right there, right? He showed it once. And then what did Volkanovski do? He went down and he went to X block it. I ain't gonna say anything, boys. I am not gonna say anything right there. He has two options. He either eats it, three options. He either eats it, catches it, or gets out. There's no in between. He has three options. It's almost like a check. It's a check move, right? What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a big mix-up. Charles Oliveira is out of the fight against Islam. Okay, and the one who steps up on super short notice, Volkanovski. Okay, so these guys have fought already once, and a lot of people thought Volk won the fight. The judges gave it to Islam. It was very hard for me to score the fight, but we're gonna do a breakdown the Mighty Gaming way. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the button to go live. This is a long video because it's 30 minutes. They fought 25 minutes. So maybe I'll fast forward between the rounds we're sitting down, but maybe I'll give it to my producer and he'll do some stuff with it. So boys, let's give it a watch. One of the things that I've been super impressed about Volkanovski is he's outstruck everybody that's bigger than him. Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, Kareem Zombie. I mean, he fought Max, I think 3 or 4 times. But the one thing that Volkanovski does very well is he always changes the puzzle, right? He's always changing the puzzle with Islam being a southpaw and Volkanovski being orthodox. He's always working outside that lead leg. And right now they are fighting over, get out my epic pin. They are fighting over this void. We've talked about this void before. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the void. This void between these two. Now they're showing with southpaw. You have Volkanovski, who is an orthodox, so he's always trying to walk around this lead leg to line up his right hand. But Islam does a good job of checking over time. So this is where the battle is going to be played out, is who is going to win the void, which is the distance. So that's what you see already. And Volkanovski does a good job of feinting, moving, showing different things to keep Islam guessing, right? Let's see what happens. Always moving around that angle, and they're both doing a good job fighting over that void right now, trying to put something in the void to make somebody show their cards. And Islam, Volkanovski doing a good job. And see, that's one thing he did very well. You guys probably didn't see that, but I'll break it down again if he does it again. Okay, he's doing a good job. Still working around that corner. Good job by Islam of throwing something into the void. Nice. Right here. Let me show it one more time. Watch his foot. Watch his foot right here. Now he went southpaw. So he changes the dynamic of the fight. He went back to orthodox. Okay, but the whole time, Volkanovski has only crossed the void once. But as he's trying to cross the void, he's touching with his hands. He just showed a couple of feints with that back leg. And then he's still circling around this area, which is Islam's leg. Now, one of the things he did is that he circled this way, and then he circled it back this way to change up the direction, and then he went southpaw. So he's giving Islam a lot of things to think about. And that's why you haven't seen them really clash yet. You did see Volkanovski cross distance, and he did a good job because he was on the left hand side. No damage really done because Islam did a good job going high guard and backing up and controlling the distance. But that's what you're seeing right now. So when you guys are watching this fight, this is what, you know, my eyes are seeing, what they're fighting over. Okay, now Islam's doing a good job of checking that, right? He threw that kick, tried to keep him honest. But that's one thing that Islam does so well, is that he doesn't overreact. He stays in that nice shell, controls the distance, and doesn't overextend. Nice feints from Islam. All right, and there's Volkanovski. He's trying to... Volkanovski is doing what us shorter fighters have to do against taller opponents. We have to find the best way to get across the distance and be able to get in a position where we can actually land good shots. because with him being so much shorter than Islam, that's the game. That's pretty much half the fight he has to do is just get to him. But Islam's doing a good job of keeping that distance. He's reaching across, trying to get that hand. But see, that's why he hasn't got to him yet. Boom, he got to him finally because Islam stopped moving. He didn't back up. But see, now Islam's all these feints is what's getting Volkanovski so close to Islam, right? Islam's doing a good job of controlling distance. See, now if I was Islam, what I would be doing, because Islam's just watching Volkanovski do all these feints and all these direction change, southpaw to orthodox. If I was Islam, you are supposed to be a better wrestler than he is, right? So let's turn him into a wrestler. I would use his back kick and throw it right there, right? He showed it once. And then what did Volkanovski do? He went down and he went to X block it, right? He didn't throw it, but he's already trained southpaw to orthodox matchup. Southpaw has a good back leg kick. Train that, because if he starts throwing this, Volkanovski has two options. He can either catch the kick because of grappling match, or two, he has to eat it. If you let Volkanovski sit here and play on this distance all day long and play and show all these feints with the leg, you're gonna get so confused, you don't know where you're gonna go. Instead, Islam is just so focused on backing up and controlling the distance, waiting for his right opportunity. That's why that one shot landed for Volkanovski, because he's doing so much stuff. You can't watch everything and expect to not let one thing get through. So Volkanovski is a very high volume fighter, which is very good, especially at 155. He's not cutting 145. See, he just came back in front. Good control, and Islam did a good job of trying to cut the cage off of him. Southpaw the orthodox now. Not southpaw the southpaw. Went back to orthodox. Okay, now Islam's going to try to get his offense going. Now Volkanovski's doing a good job of switching. Landing a good leg kick there. Always reaching across distance. And see, this is where I would like to see Islam throw some kicks in there. Throw some punches in there. Mix it up. Kick the inside leg. You're like that. He needs to do more of that. There you go. That teat. That looks good. I love that. Oh, boom. They got in a shootout, right? Volkanovski got dropped that time. Nice head kick. There you go. See, now he's chasing Volkanovski. Nice. Nice. That was a beautiful, beautiful right hand to the knee. Beautiful. So right now, the first round, as of a minute and a half, I have it even. But since Islam is trying to take it to a different realm, which is the grappling side, I'm hedging him more. Volkanovski's doing a good job of trying to break that grip and also keep his balance. Keeping his balance. Not relying on Islam to carry his weight. He's carrying his weight, but not his full weight. Okay, good takedown. Oh, nice switch for Volkanovski. Islam gets it down, gets one hook in. He's talking. He's like, yeah, baby. He's got full hooks in. That's 4 points in IBJJF. Oh, he locked it up. Okay, that's one of the most dominant positions you can have in jiu-jitsu. So right now, Islam has won this round in my eyes, because now he's trying to finish the fight. He's trying to get the choke in. He's trying to finish it. Right? Volkanovski doing a great job of hand fighting. Okay, right here, he's just trying to break the jaw. He's trying to finish the fight. Maybe not giving a lot of squeeze on it, but he's trying to, you know, he's threatening right now. He's trying to submit. He's trying to end the fight. So you guys have to think, like, who is trying to end the fight right now? And that's Islam Makhachev. Volkanovski is on defense. So right now, he's trying to finish the fight. We saw who got finished this way. Shevchenko got finished this way by compressing on the jaw. A lot of people tap in jiu-jitsu tournaments for their jaw just getting compressed and broke. But Alex Volkanovski's built different, right? Okay, he's defending. Okay, first round, I give it to Islam. Right here, switches that right, left hand lands. Doesn't really drop him, but it rocks him. Now here goes a shootout right here. They get in a big giant shootout right here, and they're both going back and forth, swinging. Boom, that left hand lands, and that drops him. Hit him right in the equilibrium, but he gets right back up, started going. Nice, beautiful head kick. All right. So first round, I give it to Islam. Takedown, almost a beautiful switch. I think what makes Volkanovski so hard for Islam is that Volkanovski's coming up in weight. He doesn't cut to 145. And two, he's a high volume, and he's so good about his distance control and him moving on that lateral movement, going to the left, coming back in front, switching to southpaw, switch to the orthodox. Where you see Islam, he stays that traditional way. He doesn't really expose his hand. He stays very disciplined, right? And there you go. Once again, Volkanovski pawing across that distance, giving Islam something to think about. Elevation change. All right. What are they fighting for? They're fighting for that void, crossing that distance, which is the hardest thing for a shorter fighter. All right, that's what's going on right here. They're just fighting for that void. Yep, still trying to fight for it. Yep. Ooh, he misses and ducks. Nice. That's all he needs to do all day long. He had that shot's there all day long because he has the range advantage, right? Each time he throws that body kick, Volkanovski has to make a mental decision. Am I going to eat it and check block it, or am I going to get out of distance? That's how you play that game. I do it all the time when I spar against people who are shorter than me, which is not very often. Or if I fight someone who's bigger than me, I throw that kick because one, I want you to catch it. Because if you catch it, your hands are busy. Now coming in with my clinch. Or if I throw it and you check it, you X block it, perfect. I come back down into southpaw, then I come around an angle and I throw my 2-3 or I move. That's what Islam needs to do. He can do that all day. And look, he threw a good kick and he got away with it, right? So that's why now you've seen Volkanovski. He's closing that distance even more. Beautiful jab off to the southpaw position. Gets a drop from Alex Volkanovski and a takedown. Beautiful takedown from Islam. And the reason why, like, this kind of reminds me of the first Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko fight, because Grasso kept on doing a good job at pushing in with their combination, going from southpaw to orthodox, and that's what we're kind of seeing with Volkanovski. He's going from orthodox to southpaw, and the reason why he's doing that is because right now he's orthodox. When he switches to southpaw, he gets closer to Islam, and the angle changes as he's entering. So it's the safest way for him to enter when he's trying to get closer to Islam. Now, the reason why that landed is because Islam's backing straight up instead of backing up on the angle. Beautiful reversal right there. And watch it. Now, Volkanovski is getting right on him. Right on him. Remember at the beginning of the fight, how that void was so big, right? One of the things that Volkanovski does and is very smart is that he knows he's a smaller fighter and he knows he has a better gas tank. He knows that he's had more wars than Islam. The Max Holloway fights, the Korean Zombie, the Brian Ortega fights. All those fights have built him up to this point where he knows he can push the pace and he can put himself in danger, because it's all about who is going to, it's a battle of wills right now. He comes right away, does not give him any distance, doesn't give him a chance to rethink, reset. He comes real close and just closes this distance. Look how close this thing is now. Now he's in striking range. Look where Islam is. His back is against the cage. He doesn't have a lot of opportunity to run. Where if he was in the middle of the octagon, he has all this room to run. So very smart on Volkanovski for doing that, for getting right on him once they separated. Boom, look. Now they're clinching. Okay, now they're doing a clinch game. Okay. Volkanovski's doing a good job of sagging down, putting pressure on Islam's hands. Okay, trying to attack that leg. Doing the punches. Okay, backing out. But see, he doesn't back up all the way. He stays right in the edge of that distance. So right here, this is why I want to see Islam. Right here, this is where he should be blasting that fucking body kick. Blasting the leg too. And then go up to the head. Just blasting it. And lead with your knee. You lead with the knee. If he catches it, that's going right to the liver shot. Those are all liver shots right there. So, and even if he blocks it, it still takes some of his energy. It drains him. He's the bigger fighter. So he's a longer fighter. Just blasting him. Now let's try to get their breath back. Trying to, you know, that was a big scramble. A big scramble. Right now. So, and I think this is where Islam misses the boat, is because even though he's recovered, so is Volkanovski. Now you're right back to the game they played in the very beginning of the fight, which is fighting for that void. Nice, he enters. Now the only one who actually steps into the void and like throws a jab and fights in the, who's trying to come across the distance in the void, is Volkanovski, because he's smaller. Whoa! Beautiful left hand. Beautiful left hand from Islam, and a flying knee. Boom. See, Islam can do this all day to Volkanovski. He can do this all day to him. Nice, coming in. He's trying to come in a high guard. Like, he can do this all day. He can do this all day to Volkanovski. All day. Because, see right here. Boom. This is when that kick we talked about comes into play. You start throwing that kick, right? Just to stop him from moving. Just throw it to stop him from moving, and then you get your offense going on. He's a longer athlete, and that left hand can go down all damn day. All damn day. He's going right into that left kick. Good job of Islam cutting the cage off. Oh, there you go. Boy. I love when I see this is my favorite part about fighting, is when they just come forward and it forces the fight. Okay, Volkanovski's going back from southpaw to orthodox to try to change the puzzle piece. The angles that Islam has to think about when he hits him. Nice left hook. See, good job of Volk putting his back against the cage, showing his hips. Going down for a takedown, maybe. Man, the second rounds are hard to score. Very hard to score. Takedown attempt from Volk. The hardest thing about scoring this fight is that so much goes on, right? Like that, the first round, Islam won definitely. The second round, okay, this is the drop. Okay, gets hit there. Okay, he really didn't get dropped there. Almost like he got pushed against the cage. Okay, gets this takedown, but he gets reversed. Nice. Man. If I had to, I'm gonna have to give it to Islam. I'll probably give the second round to Islam again. Like, it's so hard to score because there's so much going on in the fight. So much. Especially me watching as an analyst and not as a fan. Like, I'm watching like how I score fights. Like, the second round could easily be a draw. But I would probably give it to Islam because he was pushing forward more. But the second round, I'll just give it a no. Like, I don't know. But first round, definitely Islam. Okay, throwing that distance, still trying to get there. Head kick. See, there's Volkanovski trying to cross that distance, throwing feints. Love to see a body kick from Islam. Body kick. see? And this is the thing. Islam's having a hard time crossing that distance with his jab because guess what? Your jab isn't as long as your kick. Your kick is your longest weapon you have. So all he has to do is do that teep, like he's been doing in the first round. He did that teep, that body kick, the head kick. That's his longest weapon. And it's going to force Volkanovski to come across the distance, and you can counter him. When he's trying to jab across this, and that's where he's going into his realm, his distance. All right. And Volkanovski does a good job of getting off line. That was a beautiful body hook by Volkanovski. Nice feint by Islam. There you go. That's why I love that. I love that leg kick. All day. That's there all day. And look what happens. Look at the response that Volkanovski has to do. He has to come forward. He has to come forward. He has to respect that kick. It's a very hard kick. It's a very good kick for Southpaw versus Orthodox. Nice kick by Volkanovski. And see, Volkanovski, he switches every single time from that Orthodox. If Islam took things away from Volkanovski, it would be how he's so good about feinting and elevation change, going from Southpaw to Orthodox. Nice knee. Get the clinch game. Ooh, it's a nice little trip there. Oh, he missed it. Turn around. Okay, it's not a takedown yet. Damn, I bet them boys are super strong. Okay, that's a takedown. You're gonna do something with it. If he gets his back and put hooks in it, I'll give it to him. Okay. Okay, full takedown. So I want to give that takedown to Islam. I'll give it to him for the activity of trying to take it to a different realm. But I mean, that's the most significant thing in this round. Okay, takedown. Nice, nice. Look, Volk's gonna go right back there. Okay, fighting for that void again. Once again, always fighting for that void. Islam should be throwing body kicks. My personal opinion. Ooh, nice left hand from Islam. He timed him coming in that time. Okay. And right here, they're just trying to wait. That's it. That's when you see this, they're just trying to measure. I ain't gonna say anything, boys. I am not gonna say anything. Right there. He has two options. He either eats it, three options. He either eats it, catches it, or gets out. There's no in between. He has three options. It's almost like a check. It's a check move, right? It only works if you are bigger, right? It can work. I mean, Volkanovski can do that, but his risk is a lot higher because he's smaller, right? So he's going to have to throw his hips in even more to get there. But Islam has a range advantage, so he can just throw that shit all day. He doesn't even have to throw it hard. You just throw it just to force him to do something. Either check it, catch it, or fucking eat, or get out. That was a sweep, slip. I don't think it was a shot that landed. Just because of the way he got up. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Maybe he was hurt. We'll see the replay. If that was a drop, then we'll give Volkanovski this round. See, that's what makes Volkanovski so good, is that his ability to keep up a high volume fight. And his technique as well. All right, let's see if this was a... Let's see. Okay. Body kick. Boom. See that? He has to respect that. There's no in between there. I'm not even gonna hammer that anymore. Okay. He throws it inside. Okay. Takes his lead leg out. Beautiful elbow from Islam. Like, Islam was really, really, really good. I wish I would have seen him fight more. Like, these guys who are so good, like Habib and Islam, these guys are so good. I wish we got to see them fight more. Like, I don't know why we don't, you know, you look at Charles Oliveira, he has so many more fights than these guys. You look at fucking Dan Hooker, way more fights. Maybe I'm off, but you know, when I look at my mind and think about all the badasses in, you know, 155, you know, Islam and Habib are there, but they just didn't fight a lot. And it could be to injuries and wait for the right opportunity and only fight for the big fights. But man, all right, here we go. So I'll get that round to Volkanovski. So I have it 2-3. No, excuse me, 2-1. Once again, fighting for that void, switching left and right. The only round that I'm undecided on is round 2. So Islam definitely round 1, Volk round 3, and 2 is kind of undecided for me. But nice, that was good. Boom, body kick right there. Kicked him in the penis. Right there. Volkanovski's gonna beautiful left. See, he has the range advantage. Right. The only time Volk comes into play is when he crosses the distance and is on back straight up instead of corner right there. High kick. And the reason why that jab is landed for Islam is because remember we talked about Southpaw versus Orthodox. It's about this right here. Whoever gets out this side of the leg and throws is going to win that exchange. And each time Volk has stepped in through a jab, he jumps in straight in. Islam jumps out and lands his jab. That's why those last, I think, 2 or 3 jabs landed for Islam, not Volkanovski. All right, I'm going to try to pause it when he goes. Beautiful takedown. Time takedown by Islam. Locks the legs up. The Dagestan special. Turns his back. Sorter gets the hooks in. All right. Here we go again. This is one of the most dominant positions you can have in jiu-jitsu. So right there, he's trying to finish the fight. That's check. It's not checkmate. It's almost checkmate, but it's... This is going to do way more. This is going to end the fight a lot more than him trying to jab or anything like that. So that's how I view this, guys. I'm not viewing, oh, he didn't do anything to bet. No, that's checkmate. Not checkmate, but it's check. And the hardest thing, too, is that Volk can't get out because he needs to turn his hips this way into the cage to get this knee behind his foot and push it up. They'll get his hips out, but he can't turn away because the cage is there. So the best thing you do is scoot this way, then go that way and get his knee behind that cage. But he can't do that because the cage is there. Rip. All right, now, so, and this is the hardest thing because when you look at like the viewer's eyes, is that Islam's hanging out there. He's living. I would love to see Islam come on top of him, come on top and transition, but he's so content of just hanging on there. And I think this spurred him out. And this looks better in all the people's eyes because you have Volkanovski just sitting there punching the hell out of him and Islam just hiding his head looking for the choke. So that's like the hardest scene where it's like, how do you score this, right? Like if this was, you know, Islam is trying to finish the fight, but he's trying to go over. He's trying to transition to armbar right there, but he can't get his hips out far enough. It's very, this part right here puts a stain on, not a stain, but it puts a stain on people's eyes. It's like, okay, I was like, you better not stand him up. This ain't street beefs. Yeah, and Volkanovski's doing a good job of trying to get out of that lock, but it's such a hard lock to get out of when you're the shorter fighter. And now Volkanovski's talking to him because he's like, you know, he's just holding him. So this would be the hardest thing, is like, how do you score this? How do you score when somebody's on your back with a body triangle and you're not progressing with the choke? If we're going to score it in damage, then we will have to score it as Volkanovski's doing more damage because he's beating the hell out of him right now. Right? But who's close to being finished in the fight would be Volkanovski because he has a back triangle. So all Islam's got to do is lock his neck up and get done. In order for Volkanovski to finish this fight, he's got to get out of that he's got to get out of that body triangle. He's got to get back to his feet, and he's got to get him in a down position to hit him with a hard shot. So the person who's closest to finish this fight is Volkanovski. And now that is my criteria from Pride in Dream days, is that they score the fight based on who is trying to finish the fight, where, you know, Islam isn't. I mean, he's trying, but you got Volkanovski. I call him jack off punches. You're just like jacking off on his face just like that. So this, I mean, this is a hard round to score. It's all based on what you guys, it's based on what you guys think is close, right? A lot of people, like I said before, can see this as Islam hanging out, pitching a tent, having, you know, breakfast on his back with the body triangle. But that's what the body triangle does. It locks you in place. There's nothing you can do. But, you know, that round's also a round where it's like, how do you score it, right? Like, there's 2 rounds in this fight that are definite 1-1, that they both look better than the other one, right? So yeah, it's kind of hard to score that last round, because I love grappling. I know how hard it is to get on somebody's back and put a body triangle on it, right? Like, he's trying to finish the fight. Once again, Volkanovski just getting on him. Beautiful right hand to the body. And ooh, very nice. See, it's just such a good fight. Like Volkanovski's IQ is so high, it's not even funny right now. Like, and this is the beautiful thing. This has been a 5-round fight against someone who's bigger than him, and he's constantly being so disciplined on going southpaw, showing the feints, going around. See, he's so, like, they're both so efficient when they throw. Like, when they're in a feint game, they're so efficient. Ah, takedown. Oh, hey! A switch. It's null. Beautiful athletic ability between both these guys and be able to switch that up. Getting heavy on an arm. Good job. Getting his head position. And look what he does. He goes right back in there. Right back in there. Does it give Islam opportunity to actually rest and change and reset? Right there, crossing that void. Trying to get there. Another takedown. Oh, nice switch. And see, I feel I feel like Volkanovski can get him to this point sooner in the rematch. But it's going to take a lot of effort from Volkanovski to get him here, because he's finally got Islam here, and it took him 22 minutes to get him, 23 minutes to get him here, right? He gets right back on him. Look, he goes right across that distance again. Does it give Islam a chance to actually set up again and rethink what's going on, what's coming? The feints are still coming. He's still going to southpaw, right? Boom, now he's in there. Now he's going for the takedown. Islam looks at the clock. Look, now he's finding his shots. Now he's got a beautiful body. Oh, almost takedown. He ain't taking the Dagestani down, baby. Deep body lock again. Need the face. Need the legs. Okay. And a takedown. Almost takedown. These guys are so fucking good. Both of them are so good. Like, this is probably the highest level of MMA you're going to see. Like, complete, like, all around the highest level. And look, Volkanovski gets right on him. Like, I don't think Islam has got any offense off on this first round. And a beautiful right hand that lands. Gets around him, passes, almost passes guard. Okay. Beautiful body shots there. Body. That shit hurts. It adds up. Yep. And right now, Islam's just trying to hang on to his hands. He's trying to hang on to him. Yeah, that's the one thing that is Volkanovski has going into this fight, is that he doesn't have to cut a lot of weight. So he's going to come in not drained when he goes to 145. But the fight's on a 10-day notice. Don't worry, I'll give you my my thoughts on that on the final breakdown. Yeah. That's it, boys. Well, obviously, we know the results. I believe Islam won this fight via split decision. Now, after going back and watching the fight and breaking down each round, there's a couple rounds in there that are very murky for me, where I believe it was the second, fourth round. Because I felt Islam won the first and Volk won the third. So that Volk definitely won the fifth. So if I have to give it to somebody, I'm going to give it to Volkanovski, because I have two decisive rounds where I feel like Volkanovski won. Actually, yeah, Volkanovski won. The first round, Islam won, and then the final round before this round, so the fourth round, where Islam had his back in the body triangle, he really didn't do anything with it. So I can see it. It all comes down to that second round, right? It comes down to that second round, because that was a murky round. So, boys, I would have to give it a draw, because I'm undecisive of that round too. But you know what about this badass motherfucking fight is that we get to watch it again. Alex Volkanovski taking on Islam Makhachev 2. Now, if you guys like this breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know when we go live, and make sure you guys come back when I give my final prediction on who I think is going to win the fight. See you at the next one, boys.